Hello everybody, Zeff here with ZeffsTrading. Hope you guys are doing well today. April 8th, 2024, time's flying. Daily chart, 2000 tick chart, let's do our review. Got a break of this upward channel here. We had our outside bar, now we have an inside bar. Now let's just double check here. No, this bar made a slight low. Forgot about that. So technically, we have a first entry pulled back. If this breaks higher here of 52.7250, we have a second entry long. We'll see what happens with tomorrow if we break this inside bar's high. That's what I'm looking for. So a 52.6925. So a break above that would be an indication that most likely we'll break the high of 52.7250. And then if we break lower, looking for a move back down to the lows here, around 5,200. And then if we keep selling off there, we're just going to start using our bands and basic support and resistance to find the next possible movements down at like 5,100. And then if we keep rallying up, again, next target would be 53.50. So that's kind of what it's looking like on the daily chart. With this little bit of a sell-off, there's always going to be some consolidation. But other than that, that's what I'm looking like. That's what it looks like to me. Let's jump over to the 2000 tick chart. Okay, over here at the 2000 tick chart, as you can see, it's a trading range type of day. So that's just how it is. Let's jump right into it. So some of these trends are pretty subjective, depending on how you wanted to draw them. I kind of saw it like this initially for the pre-market. Unfortunately, I got here pretty late, but I went back, of course, and drew it up for you guys. I don't see too much in the pre-market here that I would have traded, or I see anything that I really like. Let's just double check. Yeah, I don't see anything. Market opens 9:30 here, my time. Again, usually with the pre-market, sometimes goes up, and then once a couple 10 minutes, 15 minutes before market opens, it sells off, retraces back down to support, then chops sideways, and that's kind of what it's been doing. And it did it again today. So other than that, you got market open here. You get a first entry. It pulls back. Let me just make sure here. You do get a second entry short right here. So we have our low, first entry, pulls back. You get a second entry short. You probably might get a little spooked with this, thinking it might be a failure, but you're clearly in a downtrend. Price is rejected off the 21 EMA. Stop goes one tick above. So it's a pretty good second entry short right there. I knew I saw something in the morning. So there's a nice second entry short right there. You have a little bit of room back down here to the lows. You might, you're going right into support there. Let's just make sure we have enough room. Yeah, you get literally 1 point just so. I mean, it does run for you, but you don't know that. And it was one of those days where you had to go for 1 point. ATR is above 2.5, but or 2 for most of the day, but when you're actually trading in, like with you're doing your stop orders and you're looking at your basic support and resistance to making sure you have room, you most of the time only had 1 point. Anyways, we sell off here. We never get a break a new low of this channel, so maybe you could have drawn a little different, but I clearly see 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, so pretty sure that's accurate. Nonetheless, we just go, 941 comes, and we just kind of move up here, get past, and start clawing our way back up above the 21 EMA here. And I just don't see anything. You just get a bunch of first entries. Just chop sideways here. Plenty of wicks, getting all the stops out or whatever. And I just don't see anything. I mean, there's a, depending on how you drew your trading range channel here, you got a 1, 2, 3, but I just don't like any of these bars on how they look. And I think you just got to stay out of it. I just don't think it's a high probability setup. You get just a huge diamond little wedge formation here, as you can clearly see if you're into the whole pattern chart recognition or whatever. I see it as congestion. You do get a first entry, pulls back, second entry long, it's an inside bar, so I can't really take it, but context-wise, if you're looking at it and you're just like wondering where price is going to go, might rally up. Sure enough, it does, and I just don't see any way to get in any of this uptrend. It sucks. No pullback or nothing, just runs up. Breaks, you get a first entry, pulls back, get a second entry long, higher low. Again, the only problem with this is that it is a inside bar. And then the next higher low you get here, which is a red bar, not a green bar, it is closing in its upper 1/3. So you can maybe argue first entry pulls back, second entry long. Once you see that, you look for your higher low, which you do get. Higher low, plenty of room to the top, looking for a new high. I think that's not too bad of a trade. Little congested across the board there, but I'll leave that as an aggressive trade. Then we get a first entry pulls back, second entry short. You get a lower high, but you're going right into the EMA. So again, see how there's not a lot of room for 2 points. And I realized that when I got here later on, after going back and marking most of this up. So, you got to be careful of it. Then you get another, technically, first entry, second entry failure. So you get a failed second entry long right here, outside bar, but you're going right into the EMA. So it might bounce there. You don't know that it's just going to sell off and go all the way down. What you do then get is a first entry, pulls back, second entry long, higher low, which is pretty well good, but again, can only go for 1 point. And then we sell off here. We get a lower high, but no good signal bar or anything like that. You get a first entry, pulls back, second entry long, and it fails, just context-wise. Then you get a new high, so you get a first entry, pulls back, second entry long, and it fails. I think that's a pretty good trade. You're right here at this key entry point. You're right here at this key entry point. You have a lower high. There's a lot going on here context-wise. I like this failed second entry long. Sells off. And we go all the way back to the support range right around here at 52.46. Goes a little below it, but when you get this channel, it breaks. You get a beautiful first entry, pulls back, second entry short, outside bar. I would definitely wait until the outside bar closes, drop a stop order or a limit order right there. Beautiful second entry short, plenty of room to the lows. You're expecting a new low. And then it just kind of goes sideways here. You also then get a first entry, second entry short again from the lows right here. First entry, pulls back, second entry short. It's right at a key entry point. It's at 2 key entry points. It's just not the best signal bar, so maybe drop a limit order in there and have a lower risk tolerance. Sure enough, it works out for you, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got this wedge pattern right here, and rallies up. It starts reversing here, right above EMA. Get a nice break, 2 legs to a new high. I don't see any way to unfortunately get in any of this movement here. And then it corrects, and then we just start our trading range for the rest of the day, basically. The only trades that I saw that seemed to be beneficial to you were this one up here. You had a first entry, pulls back, second entry. And then this is where I entered the trades for today. You had a first entry, pulls back, second entry, failure. 1 tick below, right there. Scalp for 1 point. My runner gets stopped out right above here. So actually I think I get 1 point, and then I get 56, 2.5 points, somewhere around there. Nonetheless, then I see it run down, break, new low. I see a 1, 2, 3. I see a triple test right here. Drop a limit order, get my 1 point. Runner gets stopped out, unfortunately. But then you do get a nice, if you're counting as well from just to reiterate, first entry pulls back, second entry long, also 1, 2, 3. Triple test. You guys can see that. 1, 2, 3. New high. First entry pulls back, second entry long. Beautiful signal bar. You got to enter that. Problem is, where am I going? Right into the EMA. Got to go for 1 point again. Runner gets stopped out here. Then I see this higher low form, and if it closed a little bit above the EMA just to see some type of bullish indication or some type of confidence, I probably would have taken that trade. But after you've taken a trade, you get your runner stopped out. It's kind of hard to mentally just re-enter a trade right away. And then nonetheless, you get a move up. You can maybe argue for a triple test here, but you can't take the outside bar. Why? Because it's right into the EMA again. You can see how choppy and noisy this type of day was. You get a first entry, second entry long. It fails. But then you could argue across the board here, you get another triple test. That's the way I see it. So maybe you might take this trade. 1, 2, 3, good signal bar. Also, counting from a new high, you get a first entry, pulls back, second entry long. You don't know it's going to be a huge runner like that, but you're expecting at least to move up to the previous resistance, which were these two lines here on the support, on this resistance. And that's enough room for at least a point. Runs up, get a nice runner if you try your stop accordingly. So that's not too bad of a trade there. A lot of the trades came at the end of the day. Why? Because that's just usually how they come, with most recently with this price action of them trying to rally or sell off the market. Then the last 30 minutes come, they try to get up. I was expecting them to at least test the high of day, but sure enough, this trading range holds. It's a failed breakout and sells right off. Downtrend happens. You get a first entry, second entry short. Unfortunately, you can't take that second entry short, even though it's an okay signal bar. You have too much congestion across the board. You're not even at the EMA. You are expecting a new low. So then you get this hoagie formation here, 2 inside bars on the previous bar. Maybe go short with that inside bar. I didn't like it. I was waiting for something else to just confirm everything here, to seeing how powerful this sell-off was. Counted from a new high. I saw it go up once, pull back. I saw it try twice. That's when I saw it. The bulls tried it once. The bulls tried it twice. Outside bar. I enter with a limit order. Scalp out 1 point. Again, that's all I thought I had for today. Again, I was correct. I adapted to what the market was doing. Runner gets stopped out. So nonetheless, that's how I saw it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this chart review. Hope we get better price action tomorrow. But that's it for me for today. That's the way I saw the chart. Hope you guys enjoy this chart review, and I'll see you tomorrow.